All babies are precious. We do all we can to protect them and to keep them as safe as they can be. We feed them and we diaper them. We use a car seat on every ride. We take them to the doctor for checkups and immunizations. We watch them grow and celebrate with them as they discover life. Today we know there are certain steps that parents, grandparents, and other caregivers can take to keep babies healthy and safe the first year of life. Safe sleeping is one very important way to protect these precious young lives. It's as simple as ABC. A baby should always sleep alone on her back in a crib. A baby should always sleep alone in her crib without any thick blankets, pillows, or padding that might cover her face. You may have heard of the Back to Sleep campaign. Putting babies on their backs when they sleep has saved thousands of lives because a baby that sleeps on her back is much less likely to die from sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS, one of the leading causes of death for babies younger than 1 year of age. And a baby is always safest sleeping or napping in her very own safety-approved crib with a firm mattress and a fitted sheet. But it turns out there are a lot of other things you can do to make sure your baby is as safe as she can be while sleeping. It's called a safe sleep environment, and everything you do to create a safe sleep environment will help prevent other kinds of injury and death. The examples that you're about to see come from the recommendations of the American Academy of Pediatrics and other experts, and should be followed by everyone who cares for your baby. Corey and Amy are getting ready to have a baby. They know the ABCs of safe sleep.
ABCs. Make sure she's alone, on her back, and in a crib.
Corey and Amy put a crib in their baby's room, and they have a rocking chair for Amy to breastfeed. But they also plan to travel with their baby to see relatives. They know it's important that their safe sleep environment travels with them. To be safe on the road, a certified technician taught them how to use their car seat safely. They learned that it's fine if their baby sleeps in the car during trips, but the car seat is not an appropriate place for an infant to nap or sleep while at home. Corey talks about insisting that everyone follow the safe sleep rules.
When we travel, we'll just talk to the people that we go visit, like if it's our family or friends or relatives, things like that. Just tell them like things that we do here at home, how she'll sleep in her crib, or if she sleeps in the same room with you, make sure she's in a bassinet or something like that, where she's not in the bed with an adult.
And laying on her back. As long as we keep people informed on what we do, I think we shouldn't have a problem.
Molly and Chad have a son, Tennyson. Before Tennyson was born, they attended childbirth classes at the local hospital.
From all the classes and all the preparation that we took and to prepare for Tennyson's arrival, the one thing that we definitely took home with us was that, when he goes to sleep, he needs to be alone on his back in a crib.
Molly and Chad also set up a baby's room with a rocking chair and crib, but Molly is breastfeeding and wants to keep Tennyson close by at night.
We did know that the safest place for him to sleep is in a crib, but it was a little hard to put a crib in our bedroom. We just didn't have the space.
Tennyson is safest when sleeping in their room, but always in his own crib. Because the full-size crib doesn't fit in their bedroom, Molly and Chad chose a safety-approved bedside sleeper. Attaching the sleeper to their bed provides Tennyson his own sleeping space, but still just arm's length away, making it easier for Molly to breastfeed. Tennyson is as safe and healthy as he can be because of the choices Molly and Chad have made. Caring for a baby is a lot of responsibility for anyone, but especially for young parents. Vin and Christine found out about a local agency which provided a home visitor to help teach them how to care for their daughter Elena and to keep her safe.
She showed us a lot of developmental procedures and techniques that we could do to improve Elena's development and also her safety in the home.
The home visitor also took time to teach Vin and Christine how important it is for Elena to spend time on her tummy to play when she's awake to build up her arm and chest muscles. Until the home visitor made her visit, Christine had not heard of the ABCs of safe sleep for babies.
Before, we had her sleeping on top of a pillow, and we also had her swaddled, and we put a blanket on top of her. But once the home visitor came, we learned that it's safer to have her sleep alone without the pillow.
The home visitor showed Christine a sleep sack, which is a good choice for a baby to sleep in. Today, Cal and Elena's daughter Josie is a happy and healthy girl, but she was born premature. She had to spend time in an intensive care unit for babies at the hospital called a NICU before she could come home. Nurse Luann explains why it is that they don't always follow the ABCs of safe sleep in the NICU.
It's because we're monitoring the baby with equipment and we're with the baby constantly.
At first, Cal and Elena prepared Josie's crib so it would be just like her bed at the NICU with extra pillows and blankets. But then they found out that at home they should always follow the ABCs of safe sleep for Josie. Now that Josie's healthy, she should always sleep alone on her back in her crib without any extra padding or pillows, even during her daytime naps. Cal and Elena also took the time to find out about giving a pacifier to Josie. They learned that using a clean, dry pacifier when placing your infant down to sleep is fine if you don't force it. But if you're breastfeeding, you should wait until your child is 1 month old or is used to breastfeeding before you try a pacifier.
Well, with everything that we do know now, we know that we need to have Josie sleep alone on her back in her crib. And that's safest for her and best for her, and that's what we want for Josie, just the best things for her, and continue to do that.
We implement that on a nightly basis.
Jessica is a licensed child care provider. She takes care of other people's children in her home. Victoria is looking for child care for her son Joaquin. She's very particular about who will care for Joaquin. She called and made an appointment to interview Jessica.
Entonces, como te dije cuando hablamos por teléfono, que estoy buscando alguien que me cuida a Joaquín, y pues mi amiga me contó sobre ti, y más o menos mi mamá y yo queremos saber cómo es la rutina, o sea, en el día.
Victoria also makes sure that Jessica has a safe sleep policy for infants. Jessica explains that as a child care provider, she will make sure Joaquin is within hearing distance at all times and will be checked and touched every 10 to 15 minutes.
Yo aprendí y he leído que Joaquín, lo más seguro es tener a Joaquín durmiendo solo, dormir en la espalda y en su cuna.
Sí, es cierto. Como le decía a tu mamá, ¿no? Los estudios demuestran eso, porque antes no se seguía eso y había muchas muertes de cuna.
Jessica shows Victoria and her mother the crib she will use for Joaquin's daytime naps. Victoria and her mother are happy that Jessica will follow the ABCs of safe sleep for babies so that Joaquin will be safe at home and in childcare. This is baby Amaya and her mother Monice. This is Amaya's grandmother Minkoya and her great-grandmother Margaret. Like a lot of families, these 4 generations depend on each other. Amaya's mother knows that everyone who puts her down for naps or bedtime must follow the same safe sleep rules, even Margaret, who has had to learn new rules.
In my day, kids slept on their stomachs, and now they sleep on their backs.
Amaya's grandmother Minkoya knows the rules were different 25 years ago when she had her babies. Now she works in a hospital, and she knows just how important it is that everyone that cares for Amaya follow the safe sleep rules.
But now I've learned that as a respiratory therapist, it is very important for them to sleep on their backs.
To make sure Amaya has a safe place to sleep anytime she's away from home, she has a handy, safety-approved portable crib that they can set up so she always has a safe sleep environment. And whether she's asleep or awake, one important rule they always follow is to keep Amaya away from secondhand smoke.
Amaya and I live in a smoke-free environment, and we won't have it any other way.
Jeff and Julie have a daughter named Delia. They know how to keep her healthy and safe. They're both doctors. Jeff works in a children's hospital taking care of sick kids and making them better. Both Jeff and Julie took training in pediatrics, so they know how important it is to follow the ABCs of safe sleep for Delia.
So we know Delia is safe when she's sleeping alone on her back in the crib.
To create a safe sleep environment for Delia, they chose to use a safety-approved crib with a firm mattress and fitted sheet and placed it away from windows, cords, or wires. They also made sure to keep the room at a temperature that's comfortable for an adult, and of course their whole house is smoke-free. But the most important thing you can do to protect your baby is to make sure you put her to sleep on her back not only at night, but anytime she sleeps or naps during the day. And we all have to work to tell everyone, especially people like grandparents that knew a different way when they were having children.
You realize you have to tell every single person who ever takes care of your child that they need to be alone on their back in a crib.
There you have it. Know the ABCs of safe sleep and do all you can to make sure your child or the child you take care of always sleeps and naps in a safe sleep environment. Tell everyone that cares for your child that they must follow the ABCs of safe sleep for babies.